try it, and my laptop just like rebooted for whatever reason. So I'll get it up in a second. My main camera turned off. Are those the suits over there? I'm sure it's over there. Yeah. Hey guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, can you raise your hand? Wow, okay. I saw people from outside even raising their hand. So we're gonna get started here in about 10 minutes. And what I need from everybody that raised their hands is in 10 minutes as we get started, I need you guys to move all the way up here to the front where my lovely assistant is Vanna Whiting and pointing to. I want you guys to fill in up here towards the front. We're live streaming this as well, and it'll look good with everybody packed in around here. So you got 10 minutes to hang out wherever you're at now, but then shift on up over here and then we'll get started. Back to the music.
No, there's no soda. Oh, that's not healthy. Who's in charge of the golf? Hey, be careful, James, okay? You guys are the man on the air, so if I notice it, watch it. I'm going to give some eyeballs in your direction. Just make sure you guys most of the time, just so you guys know, most of the time it'll come off camera. Right, you're right. Only when like super this, or make sure you know this. I'm going to flip here to come here. But most of the time, it's either going to come, you can see your camera behind the picture to see all your bright faces. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just have it. Kind of sketchy.
But it's more fun with yeah, double word. E. The 5-letter word E. That's what was it? Pitches. There we go. There we go. Pitches. Can you hear about the pitches? So this one person's making
It is 7:27. You have 3 minutes to come all the way up to the front. If you see seats up here in the first 3, 4, or 5 rows empty, you should be sitting there. And start with row 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. If you're on the side, if you're a wallflower, don't do that. Sit down. Sitting is great for your health. That's what I've heard.
Are you the lady that did, what was it, Unity?
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Get that? Yeah. Yes, we did. I remember your pictures. It's good to see you again. And are you going to be pitching?
No, I do not pitch. I have nothing in here.
Well, you are contributing then. What are you going to do?
3 hours.
Fantastic. Yes, I'm looking forward to your work. What about you? Are you coming with a pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm excited and I will be entranced in your side. Yes, I remember when we talked about this. Fantastic. Well, congratulations on being here.
All right. Everybody can hear me okay, right? Okay, great. So I'm going to get started here. This mic is wired in for security and health purposes. I'm certain of this. So I will be right here. I'll go through the start of this jam, just all the housekeeping rules, kind of what we expect for this weekend, and then we'll get started with the meat of this event, which is the pitches. It's my favorite part, and I really don't know what's going to get pitched. But let's see. And I think we'll have enough equipment that everybody will get to kind of work on the project that they want to. So, yes, I can hear my mouse has been stolen. All right, so Mega Health Jam. You know, it's been a long while since we had this jam. This jam happened in 2018. So, it was the first time that we had this jam, and you know, it's important to understand like what was the reason that we did it. You know, IndieNomicon Foundation has been running game jams for a long time, since 2013. It's, you know, we would have meetups, and that led into creating game jams to bring together developers and different industries in our area. It started with Space Jam. It went on for a couple of years, and then we realized that there was another community that was here in town, and that was our major healthcare industry. You know, you would sometimes hear of things like Medical City or Lake Noni, and not a lot of us knew those people. And even, you know, all these major healthcare systems that were here, I don't know if necessarily we were all interacting. And, you know, I often hear this is anecdotal, but like, you hear from a lot of doctors or nurses or people within the healthcare system. Hello? Hello? All right. I can step out a little bit, spread my wings. I would hear anecdotally that, hey, the healthcare system is broken. That's like, you know, it's almost something that you just hear all the time. And, you know, people say, well, there's red tape for this, or there's bureaucracy, or I don't have funding to implement this thing, or there's rules and regulations against all this other stuff. But, you know, I've known game developers to be people that don't listen to that. You know, they're people that will like have an idea and they'll go for it. They'll rapidly prototype a solution. They won't listen to that, oh, there's red tape here. So that's kind of what, you know, those few things led to creating Mega Health Jam. That, hey, maybe we can connect with some of the healthcare industry that we have here in our region, here in Orlando, and maybe we can tackle some of these healthcare challenges and problems and frustrations that we have in any number of things that we call healthcare, and we can tackle that with gaming technology. It could be a fun game, it could be an entertainment game, it could be something to distract someone, it could be something to help in physical therapy, it could be in any number of those things, but you're using video games to do it. And back in 2018, that's what we did. We just started that. Then, life got in the way. Like, I got married, had kids. Nina, another one of the organizers, she just had a baby. There was just like a lot of things that just kept happening. And then, COVID happened. I don't know if any of you guys heard about that, over the past few years. But it was important that we get this going again, because healthcare is extremely important to all of us in all different, no matter where we are in life, it's important. And I think we can make a difference if we just try things. And if we fail at it, this is the place to do that. And if we come up with something that changes things or makes things better, that's really important. So, around, you'll see these folks. Give them a round of applause. You'll see them in green shirts. And just for tonight, I'm wearing a red shirt. So, all the green shirts, and then the one person who's wearing a red shirt. So if you see Austin, Chad, Isabella, myself, Adrian, Ari, and Tony, and you have any questions, they can direct you. And please thank them for helping to organize the food and all those different things. This event really couldn't happen without them. Also, I'm just putting this out there, like it seemed like a lot of teams really wanted to work with this technology. It was a tough get, but we did get it. There are 3 Tesla suits. And you may be saying like, well, what is this? It's a way to be, it looks like a way to be a superhero. When you put it on, you superhero. But it's a full body haptic suit. And perhaps you can use it for physical therapy, simulation of some kind, motion capture. There are Unity plugins, there is documentation. And it's not that a lot of us are really experts at this, but Austin has had all of 10 minutes to probably work with it, earlier today when we got shipped in. But it's here, and there's about 3 suits, so perhaps you guys can use this in one of your pitches or one of your solutions. And, beyond Tesla suit, we do have other equipment here. We do have Microsoft HoloLens 2, thanks to Tech Grove. They do have that equipment here. So if you want to use that to create some kind of mixed reality solution, that's here. We do have 5 Magic Leap headsets as well. If you're looking to do some kind of MR related to that as well, have at it. We have it here. And of course, there are going to be like computers or power strips or cameras or other things that maybe you need as you're jamming that the Tech Grove is going to provide, or perhaps IndieNomicon will provide. But if you didn't bring it, don't leave with it. If you have a HoloLens, I forgot about this HoloLens that I was wearing. No, don't do that. Put it back or leave the Tesla suit or the Magic Leap. We do need that for other jams and things, and same deal with the power strips. I know it'll happen, so just be mindful of that. So what is it that you're going to pitch? There are different categories here that you can use to kind of situate what your pitch is going to be. It could be related to children's health, behavioral disability, aging well, community and social responsibility, maybe things related to security, payments, privacy, engagement, and adherence. It doesn't have to fit into these categories, but this is here to help you in what you're pitching. So think about that. There are subcategories. Talk amongst yourselves, and perhaps there's going to be something really cool that you guys can pitch. Also, Chad, are you around? Maybe you want to give a special thanks to Chef Brian for what you guys are going to eat this weekend.
Be honest, you guys all came out for the food, right? Awesome. Okay. So, we've been doing this for a while, and one of the things that we're going to try to do going forwards is to elevate the quality and the content of the food that you eat here at the Jam of the Weekend. This evening we had, some special pizza that we brought in because pizza's kind of a tradition for IndieNomicon. But this weekend, your lunches and your dinners are going to be catered in and either cooked or already prepared for through a celebrity professional chef here in the city. He's involved within the community over at the Orlando Game Space. He's a very good friend of all of ours, Chef Brian Robinson. If you came out to the social night, you got to taste his amazing hors d'oeuvres that he made. So give a round of applause for him. I'm not sure if he's here yet, but he'll be here to check out the space tonight. You guys will see all that stuff in the refrigerator through this evening. So tomorrow and Saturday or Sunday, you're going to have deli sandwiches and salads. And then Saturday evening, you're going to have a healthy nacho taco bar that you'll be able to facilitate on Saturday evening for dinner. And then Sunday, he's actually going to cook live pasta for the participants here on Sunday evening. So look forward to that during and after turn-in for that. Yeah, Chef Brian.
Go ahead. All right, Carolyn, maybe you want to come up here to share about our amazing venue that we have here today? By show of hands, how many of you have been to the Tech Grove before? Okay, a good portion of you, and some of you, who here hasn't? Oh, it's actually maybe like half. So
Maybe the one's not a Space Jam.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, to those of you that have been here, welcome back. To those of you that have not been here, welcome to the Central Florida Tech Grove. Very briefly, most of you probably know, but in case you don't, Orlando is the epicenter of acquisition activity, research and development for training products for our armed forces. Navy, Army, Air Force, Marine Corps, and actually about 10 other federal agencies and other parts of the Department of Defense actually reside in this building, in this research part. They buy a lot of things from a lot of companies that fund a lot of research at universities all over the country. So Tech Grove, the facility that you're in, this is the physical version of it. We also do a lot of things very virtually. We do a lot of hybrid events. We were created about a year and a half ago to be a place to increase the interaction of all of these government entities that are looking for creative solutions, that are looking for really bleeding edge technologies and innovators like every one of you who could partner with them, come engage in activities to ideate and create that we're going to have here in September and some other things to help them more rapidly bring real leading edge technologies and creativity to the table. And for you, if you have a company, to learn about the opportunities that there are to apply your capabilities and your products and services to this industry sector. So we have a lot of things that go on in person, virtually. Follow us on LinkedIn. Our website is in the process of being revamped, so it's not as up to date as we'd like to be, but we're really active on LinkedIn right now. We'd love to have you come join us, come hang out. Our monthly juice bar we have going on. If any of you have a company you're pursuing SBIR, Small Business Innovation Research Grants, or anything like that, next Thursday we have our annual SBIR Partnership Day, featuring companies that have been very successful in the SBIR program and are looking for partnerships for those Phase 3 awards. But some really great, crazy products, very innovative in training simulation. I'll be here all weekend because you're in my house and I have to be here, right? So I look forward to talking to any of you that would like to learn a little bit more. Welcome.
And then before we, I guess, get to some of our sponsors, we do have a new entrant in terms of hardware to play with. I think it's on its way, it's not here yet. Moody, do you want to come up here and make mention of what this hardware is that we're going to have access to?
So we will be having the Max Pro, which is a connected fitness device. It's actually backed by Shaq. So, good enough for Shaq, good enough for me. But so this is a piece of connected fitness equipment. So it comes with an app, and it can kind of tell you how much you're lifting and at what velocity. And Max Pro is looking to kind of gamify this device. So they're looking for games to be made. So they want you to be able to cast the app to a screen, and then be able to play, different games. And so this device goes up to 300 pounds, and it can fit in a backpack. So it's pretty cool. And so if any team wants to take this challenge, Max Pro is going to give away a Max Pro and a backpack. So if anyone wants to try this challenge and build a game for the Max Pro, you can do that. Have at it.
Thanks, Moody. Yeah, the Max Pro is a pretty cool device. I've packed on some pounds over the past year or so I will probably make use of it. It's a $1,000 device, so it's pretty good. Any team takes on that challenge. You see that? That was high tech. All right, and special thanks to our sponsors, City of Orlando, and Central Florida Cluster Initiative, and High Tech Corridor with Senfluence. Tesla Suit and Virtual Supply are kind of like a combo, providing their suits that are here. Special thanks to Orlando Game Space, MedSpeaks, Brand XR, Florida High Tech Corridor, Unity. Karis is here. Karis, wave. Can you guys see Karis waving?
Hi.
Oh, great. So Karis is here representing Unity. She's here to help you with any kind of Unity-related help that you need. If she can't help herself, she'll probably know somebody. So make use of that. Magic Leap, which was kind enough to deliver 5 Magic Leap headsets to us. So definitely, make use of that hardware and equipment. And that equipment is a Magic Leap 1, but I believe that whatever you build will probably port to Magic Leap 2, and hopefully we'll have that at some future jams too. And then special thanks to our bronze sponsors, Employers for Change, Corgi Art House, A Square Games and Simulation, and Phoenix Digital Studios. So round of applause for all these people, because there's no way you can put on a game jam without all their support. So you've been eating, you've been drinking, you've been mingling, and now we're getting started here. We'll get started with the pitches here momentarily, within the next 15 minutes or so, and then we hope that you can start to form these teams, start designing, planning. Try not to start programming or doing any art. If you can, just try to design as much as you can, so then tomorrow and Sunday you're actually doing the building. Then go home. And I put midnight here, but I think it could be out of here. Again, tomorrow, arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you go home in time and you can sleep and take a shower and brush your teeth and other healthy things, you can be back refreshed. Don't be a zombie. So come back early. We'll have breakfast ready for you guys. Work hard. We'll have lunch catered by or cooked by Chef Brian. We'll do calls for help. Dinner, again, by Chef Brian. More work, and then go back home, because that's a healthy thing to do. And then come back Sunday, again, bright and early. As you guys are building these things, not everybody here is a doctor. Maybe some of you have some healthcare experience, maybe some of you are in healthcare. In an alternate life in the multiverse, I was a doctor.